Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to Tarot by Izabela. I hope you're all doing great, and I'm very happy to see you here. Today's video is gonna be a reading, and it's gonna be a reading for Sweden. And to see if there are any special big events or happenings that's going to occur in the month of October, November 2022. So to do so, I'm going to use my tarot cards, my oracle cards, and some dice. And before we begin, I need to shuffle the cards and ask the powers to be with us to see if we can receive any information, if there are going to be some big events that you can say concerns the population of Sweden. So begin by shuffling and we'll see what the card's gonna say. Big events for Sweden, October, November 2022. And this reading will be a little bit different. I'm gonna make different sections. And the first section is going to be about health and well-being, if there is any special happenings there. And the emotional state of the people in Sweden. Finances. Work, school, practical things. Things that could concern family, children, elderly, younger, school system. If there are any warnings, and what will come as a surprise. And in the center is like something special, something that is big or small. Well, anyway, something that is concerning on the deep. On the deep side. And on each pile of this, I'm gonna put a dice. Looks like this. And those dices have pictures, words, and symbols, and they give like an extra punch to the reading. Okay, let's start. A reading for the country of Sweden for the month of October, November, if there are any big events happening that is worth talking about. Glasses on. For health and well-being, we have on the dices, it says war. And the cards say yes. I don't think Sweden, how you say, literally gonna step into war with soldiers and armies and defending borders and stuff like that. But some kind of decision is going to be made regarding war. There will be a lot of talk about war. Well, we are in those times anyway. And it will be difficult for people to hear. There will be in October or November a big announcement on the media, and it will be like a woman talking about this, and could be yeah, it's still concerning war. It wouldn't, if this is on health and emotional state, wouldn't surprise me that some act of war will happen in Sweden in October or November. And there will be some kind of response, and people will feel very tired, very heavy burden on them. Could also mean that announcement if Sweden have actively participated in the ongoing war between country R and country U. What were their participation? What did they do in this conflict? And this could also be announced publicly, so the people will hear and see how Sweden, if Sweden, and how Sweden have been like participating in this conflict. But definitely a lot of war talk, and in some way Sweden will be mixed up in this. But I don't see like people, houses are bombed, people are dying on the street, nothing like that. Could be some kind of sabotage, some some smaller incident, but not this, how you say, big war acts. I get a strong feeling that this may occur at the end of October, but more possibly the first 10 weeks in November. And it will shock the people here. Okay. Emotional state. Here we have a baby crying on the dice. The emotional state will be like, you can say, one part of the population will like crying, will be very stressed, will be very upset from what is going on and what will happen in the month of October and November in Sweden. And then we have another part of the population that will like, oh, finally we got this, now we know what is happening, now we know where we stand. So it will be like two sides, one very desperate crying anxiety, and the other one is very firm, and they will think that whatever is going on, it's it should be like that. The emotional state. People will probably have to make some kind of big decisions. Yeah. That can make them stronger, but also another decision can make them very weak or very childish. They will be like, I don't know where to go, like a child that have a tantrum. It just cries and cannot see, cannot hear, will not snap out of it. Something like that. Some kind of panic. But not all. Some parts. Okay, let's see about finances and job. Limbs. About finances, I don't see like the Swedish finances crashing totally. It will be a period of some kind of darkness, some kind of pieces of the finance system will disappear, and something new will step in that could be better for most people, because we have the sun and we have the world, the universe. Some kind of reset in the finances. I get a strong feeling, since when I do a reading, it's not only to see what the cards are, but the cards are like, I say, they are like tools to get a vision, to get an insight, or yeah, in things, and that can be shown as short, as a trailer or a sensation or something I hear and feel and so on. And this, with this, I get a very, very strong feeling that a lot of money have disappeared from Sweden, and this money will be some kind of tracked and also put up in the open where this extremely large sum of money have gone. It's going to be revealed. At the end of November, this is where I get this strong, like, little bit like earthquake-like situation in the financial system in Sweden. Like tearing down of something old to build something new. What about work, school, and so on? Yeah. There are a lot of people that have done work here that have not been paid for, and voluntarily work, and people that have walked against the system, trying to show the truth, trying to point out where the system is failing, where people are suffering, where there is a lot of injustice. Yeah. And those people, it looks like, or they're going to be rewarded, or they're going to come up in the open in October, November. And even if they have been seen like tinfoil hats, their persistence, their hard work is like being recompensated in probably more in November than October. Here I also get very strong feeling that big changes in the government is going to happen in October, November. Some kind of announcement of big changes in the government. It's not meant. Yeah, there are gonna be big changes because after the election there's gonna be a new kind of government. But this is not what I'm talking about. Even there, in that new government that have been elected, it's gonna be big changes. A lot of names gonna disappear from there. Okay. Family and friends. I have to put my glasses on here. Yeah. Here we have a bear. The big bear. In October, November, in Sweden, there will be a lot of news about the big bear. But different kind of news. Could be also that, I say, a different angle on the situation in the conflict in country U with country R is gonna be shown. A different side of what Big Bear is doing, because at the moment we only have one side news, like propaganda news, and no other opinion or angle to see this conflict is allowed publicly in the mainstream media. But in October, November, somewhere in those months, it's gonna change. The opinion's gonna change. We're gonna see and hear probably different kind of news. What about warnings? There are no really big warnings in that sense. More like be prepared for different kind of news, different kind of announcements that you are used to. There will be good news, yes, of course, and even like glorious, because here is the dice with glorious. But some big work have been done to make these announcements. Symbolically, I see like some of like hidden agenda, like arms of an octopusy that touches here, touches everywhere. Some of those arms were gonna be chopped off in October, November, and what those arms of that particular part of, you can say, government or institutions, governmental institutions have been doing, they're gonna be chopped off, and the truth is like beginning to reveal. What will come as a surprise then? We have trumpets on the dice. There will be big announcements. Could even be on EBS, but big announcements, like it's like higher power involved in this. Someone that is also managing from above a little bit what's happening in Sweden. From the boss, you can say, will be announcements. I need to take some more cards here on this one. And here again, it will be like two sides. When those announcements come, one side's gonna get very angry. Could be some fights, civil fights, turbulence. And the other side, it will be very calm, like, oh, yeah, finally we got that news we were waiting for. But eventually it's like calming down. It will make a lot of people upset. But after all, this announcement is about judgment, about truth, about things being cleared out. Yeah, and this final dices, it's a guy who's thinking. In October or November, probably more November than October, some information is coming out where all the money have gone. And this money, I get a strong feeling where the money that was sent to the country had gone. Because as for today, nobody have like evidence or written or some kind of proof that the money, the billions, millions, billions, who knows how much they sent to the country U, where had it gone? Did the people in the conflict country have any use of this money? Was there done anything for the people? Or maybe it only went in the pockets of the already very rich ones. So some kind of announcement where the money went. And this will also make people to think, to question what is really going on here. Maybe things doesn't appear as they told us. Yeah. Okay, that was for this. I'm gonna take some cards as final cards to see if there are some general information that has to be told here. And for this I need to shuffle a little more. And here I'm going to take 5 cards on that. If there is some additional information that should be told here. Yeah, playfulness. I need some extra card here. This is quite big here. Definitely they're gonna happen some big stuff here, October, November. Here we have the devil and we have the death on the devil. So this is concerning very dirty stuff, very hidden stuff, illegal stuff, very bad stuff that in some way will come out, will be open. And we have the tower next to it, so you can also say the tower will fall down on this dirty stuff. It's like it's gonna be revealed, and for people to hear this will be very, very, very difficult. Many will have so much problem to take it, but this has to be done. And the cards say when the tower crashes down, when fire and lightning is coming on this situation here, it's very important that we be calm, and the card of temperance, be balanced, don't panic. Even from a hardcore person that knows a lot, it still will be difficult when this will be revealed. Some very nasty, dirty information, secrets will come out in October, November, and for many people it will be very difficult to hear, very difficult. one part of this will be, this is the card of playfulness, and it's on the card of the devil. And that means they have been playing with us. They have been using us for their own gain, for whatever nasty, evil stuff that has been planned for us. And when this crashes down and people see what have been going on, many people will turn to religion. We have a cross here, and that's the symbol of religion. Or will seek answers from higher power. What's the meaning with all this, and so on. It would be a very, how you say, surrealistic atmosphere. People will be feeling very, very lost for a period of time. 11/11, that date, I get a strong notification here that I should say 11/11. It seems like the 11th of November could be some kind of revelation, or something starts really to happen the 11th of November. Some final words for Sweden, October, November. Can we get some final words? What are the final words? Playfulness again. I need some extra cards, sorry. To see what is going on here. Even if there will be like period of time of a lot of anxiety, people will talk about this, people will be half crazy. And many people would like to move from Sweden. They don't want to live here anymore. They don't feel safe. And also the interference from other countries in Swedish affairs, you can say, will also be revealed. But at the end, this is not the end that is coming in October or November, but the end of an old system, beginning of a new one. It will be more and more obvious. The cards encourage people not to panic. Be calm, be with your family, be with your friends. And it still looks like it will be a happy ending of all what is going on. Because we have the 10 of Cups, and that symbolize more peace, harmony, family life. Everything is fine, everything is okay. And people will be able to build a nest. This is, two birds building a nest. It's like continue living in a peaceful way. But yes, there are big events happening in October, November that could scare a lot of people. But at the end, it's gonna turn out fine. And could be that at the end will not be in November, but December, January, February, there's something. But yeah, period of turbulence is coming. I see a lot of arrests gonna happen. people gonna see arrests from, like SWAT teams storming a house, home, building, office, and taking people down. Yeah. This is not like a bad SWAT team, more like the good guys SWAT team, taking down the devil guys. Yeah. Well, that was my reading for Sweden, October-November 2022. And for all of you, stay strong, don't panic. Things are going to be better, but there will be some major turbulence before we go there. And if you like what you have seen, I can encourage you to press like button, share button, and subscription button. And thank you for watching, and hope to see you all soon again. Bye bye.